Hey everyone, Coinbase back to another video for today. So let's talk about Mercadolibre, huge company in Latin America. In my last video, we talked about C Limited. Shopee obviously has a big presence in that market as well. If you want to check out that video, that will be in the top right corner. But in this video, let's talk about Mercadolibre, what they're doing, what their future plans are, their big moves that they've been doing right now, and touching a bit on their recent earnings report. I personally own shares of Mercadolibre because I really want that Latin American exposure, because that market, especially that continent, is growing extremely fast and still has just a tiny penetration in that worldwide e-commerce market. More specifically, the Latin American e-commerce opportunity is a $85 billion one, and it's only penetrated at 6% of retail compared to 18% globally. Now, as you can see here, Brazil made the list of the top 10 countries ranked by retail e-commerce sales, with less than 1% penetration in relation to worldwide retail e-commerce, but it ranks second in sales growth in 2021, and Argentina ranks fourth. So even though they've been growing pretty fast, on a worldwide scale, it's still just a tiny portion, and that's why I can see a huge opportunity to invest in such a company, especially a company that is very well positioned in that market. Now we're going to touch on some bear points at the end of this video because yes, there are some risks to this investment, so that will be at the end of this video. Now let's talk a bit more about what Mercadolibre actually does, the various segment of the business. So just like with C Limited, which had 3 segments, the e-commerce one, the gaming one, and then the payment one, Mercadolibre has actually a couple more. So we have here the marketplace, which is Mercadolibre, then the logistics one, which is Mercado Envios, the fulfillment center, everything that has to do with logistics. They recently added some planes so that they can deliver their packages way faster and to more locations. They also have acquired a company, more specifically a delivery platform called Kangoo, to expand its geographic reach and reduce delivery deadlines. Now they've also expanded aggressively in Chile with new distribution centers, which are 43,000 square meters. There are also new distribution centers in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, and Minas Gerais, I think I pronounced that correctly, maybe not, which will add to the already 11 centers in Brazil. And those aren't really tiny ones, as you can see on the videos. Those are pretty big ones. So logistics wise, just like with Coupang, they're really trying to expand aggressively. That way they can reach each and every customer as fast as possible. Now before continuing with this video, I just want to thank today's sponsor, The Motley Fool. And again, these are my views and my views only. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You guys know I love finding new investing tools and resources to help me find the latest growth stock and innovative company. And right now I have a discount for one of my favorite services, the Fool offers. Through the Motley Fool's stock advisor service, you get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor's average stock picks have returned over 500%. If growing your money is something you'd like to do more this year, you can visit www.fool.com/couchinvestor or click on the link below for access to my special offer and decide if Stock Advisor is right for you. Then we have Mercado Pago, the finance side, the payment side of the business. Obviously, you cannot have a big e-commerce company like Mercadolibre or C Limited without having the options of payments. So here as well, the penetration of fintech and bank accounts have gone up significantly. Now, that does not mean that it can grow even further. That just means that, yes, they are adapting to today's technology faster than expected, and that's a great way and a great sign for the company to continue to grow and expand their services and reach more and more customers. Then the last 2 are Mercado Crédito and Mercado Publicidad, which is obviously credit and advertising, still very small part of the business. They also have an investment side of the business, which we're going to touch on during the earnings overview. Now, I just want to show you something I found on the generalist, and that's the forking Meli. As you can see here, Mercadolibre, Meli, you have Mercadolibre, Mercado Pago, and then Mercado, the other ones. You can see how you can fork that business into various other smaller or even bigger segments of the world economy. You can go into real estate, you can go into grocery shopping, investing, buy now, pay later, fintech, insurance, Prime Video, etc. Actually, regarding Prime or Disney Plus, they've actually launched their own equivalent of Amazon Prime actually. As we can see here, Mercadolibre launches a loyalty program with Disney Plus and Star Plus for free. This page has been translated because it was in Portuguese. Now, that does not mean that suddenly everybody that was using Amazon or Amazon Prime will cancel their subscription and then jump on board with Mercadolibre. No, this just means that now people that do not have any subscription, that aren't really loyal to any of those companies, now has an extra option. Mercadolibre with their loyalty program or Amazon Prime. Which one are they going to choose? I like that Mercadolibre is a local player, a South American player, so maybe that will play a part in some people's decisions. They might prefer to support their local business, let's say, or their continent's business, rather than an American one. But at the end of the day, if you want to be successful, you have to be the best at what you're doing and be better than your competitors. Now let's jump into a quick earnings recap and then touch on the bearish point and conclude this video. Jumping into my Substack for earnings, again, it's free for everyone. 4 times per year, I will be summarizing every big earnings report. Link is down in the description. It's completely free. So Mercadolibre reported net revenue of $1.7 billion, up 102.6% year over year on an FX neutral basis, $17.5 billion in total payment volume. That's up 72% year over year on an FX neutral basis, GMV of 39.2%, equaling $7 billion. Now, unique active users grew by 47.4% year over year to 75.9 million. Obviously, still very, very small if you compare that to a company like Sea Limited or even Amazon, Alibaba, you name it. But it's nice to see that they're still growing close to 50%. Now, mobile GMV grew by 218.2% year over year on a FX neutral basis, reaching 73.4% of GMV. Now, net income was positive, 68.2 million, resulting in a net income per share of $1.37. Yes, this stock is not cheap at all. Now, Mercado Envios, which is the logistics side of the business, shipped 230.5 million items during the quarter. That's up 46.4% year over year. And as you can see here on the picture, they ship to everywhere. Now, remember at the start, we talked about the asset management, the investment side of Mercadolibre, which is called Mercado Fondo. It has over $801 million under management and 19.3 million users in Latin America. Yes, at the time of writing this Substack, I had no idea why I didn't own this incredible company. Obviously, that has changed. So all in all, very, very good numbers. I do expect them to grow and expand aggressively. They've been doing a great job so far. I do expect them to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest players in Latin America. Now here comes the bearish points, let's say. Since they're heavily focused on Latin America, right now I don't really see them expanding elsewhere in Europe, in Asia, and in the United States. I don't really see that happening. But like we've seen at the start of this video, Latin America is a huge opportunity. There's lots of money to be made there. So I really want them to focus on that continent as of today. And then in the next 5-10 years, let's see what happens with world domination. Now, other bearish points, and that's, I think, obviously a given, is the competition. Big competitors there, Amazon, Alibaba, Shopee, various local players as well. So you have to take that into consideration as well. And then there's obviously the economic and the political risk as well. Lots of corruption, lots of economic impairment there. Not everybody has the same access to technology. Education is not as high as in Europe or in the United States. Lots of smart people leave Brazil, Argentina to go and study elsewhere in the United States or in Europe. So that's also something you have to take into consideration, but you can turn that into maybe a positive point because Mercado really wants to invest in those markets. They want to take the best talents that there are there and keep them in Brazil, in Argentina, in Mexico, in Chile, in Colombia. They actually plan on hiring 8,500 people over the next 4 months to meet the strong demand and obviously to create more job opportunities. And it doesn't stop there because they also offer outsourced delivery jobs in Mexico since they're growing into that market extremely fast. They will be using something that is very, very similar in Europe, in the United States, I think as well. They will be using small shops such as liquor and bakeries to store and distribute packages. Again, they want to reach as many people as they can as fast as possible. They also opened a new innovation center in Medellin. It's the company's second location in Colombia. More than 500 programmers and experts in data science and AI will work on developing solutions for users throughout Latin America. Also, a quick note, if you aren't following Max, you really should do so. All my spaces are with him and Mark. If you aren't following on Twitter, highly suggest you do. So this is what I meant by taking the negative point and putting it into a positive spin. They're really trying to invest in that Latin American market. They really try to keep that talent there so that they don't leave to another continent and improve that economy instead of their own. So to conclude, I'm extremely bullish on Mercadolibre. I'm extremely bullish on Latin American e-commerce market. Yes, there is always risk to that market. You don't know what might happen. Corruption is still something very, very strong there. But I do believe a company like that will be growing and growing extremely well in the next decade and even more. Now let me know down in the comments below if you own Mercadolibre, if you own any other Latin American stock, let me know down in the comments below. And that will be it for this video. If you liked it, consider leaving a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. And as always guys, take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.